Hey everyone, Ron Zarata here, and you're watching Time It Is Everything, and welcome to Chapter 1, Episode 14, Into Me Enemy. So, as you continue with this musical journey of mine, we are continuing to talk about the last track of 3 that I wrote back in 1992. I have a little over a year and a half under my belt at this point with the completion of this song. So to this date, I'd been toying around with all kinds of new chords on guitar and bass guitar and playing around with different drum patterns. Well, new to me at this point in my life at least. And as far as my singing, I have no idea what I'm doing. But all I do know is that I was belting out my true feelings over tape at that specific time period. So, the aggression you will hear and all the instruments played on this song is my true aggression on how I felt at that time. I tried my best today to best capture what and how I wrote it back in 1992 and what you heard off that 4-track sample in the last episode. So to re-record this song today, I again used the Tascam Model 24 for my main recording source, and I used this board to capture the live sound and then extract that sound over to my Joyo Momix Pro that records into my phone and then upload that into the platform in which you will hear today. This process so far has seemed to work for me. So, pretty cool. As with the previous song, I again use an SM57 and an MD421 for the guitar mics, mic'd in front of a hand-wired Vox AC15 that you kind of probably see back over here, and a 1959 4x10 Bassman reissue, which is actually on the bottom of that. And you can see a shot of these at the end of the episode, actually at the end of this episode. So for the guitars, I use a 1961 Gibson Les Paul SG, standard reissue paired with a Proco Rap pedal. And this guitar was used as the first rhythm guitar and also used as the lead that is played at various points in this song. And I also used a 1958 Fender Jazzmaster, which is actually a 50th anniversary reissue. This guitar was used for the second rhythm guitar and was paired with a Marshall Shredmaster pedal that I briefly mentioned in actually the previous episode. Man, I own about, 40 guitars or so, and I honestly went through each one of those guitars to see what got me closest to the original sound that I recorded back then, and it wasn't easy at all. What you will hear is what got me the closest. So please keep in mind, the point of this first episode is to reproduce the original 4-track tapes as close as possible with the gear that you have today. And yes, I could have polished them up and done all this other stuff right if I wanted to, but I chose not to. I felt that showcasing these songs exactly how I wrote them back in the early 90s would be the best to share, alongside with the stories on how I wrote each one. Trying to put in all my mistakes, all the identical tones, all my aggression, and of course all my heart and soul with no click track or anything like that. So it's been tough, to say the least, but awesome. Knowing what I know today and how I progressed in my playing has been tough for me to get back, but again, loving the journey. For those that do not know what a click track is, it's basically a metronome sound of a cymbal, a drum beat, or any particular sound of a single sound that is repetitively played at the same speed over and over and over. This sound can be made up of one note or multiple notes, but will repeatedly play at a certain tempo. Usually, whatever instrument you are recording, you will play with that set tempo, with that click track, right, along with the track, so the song can stay on beat or on time. With a click track, you won't hear the click track in the final recording, as it is removed and is only for timing purposes. I myself have never played with one, so I continue to do the same while recording these specific songs. I didn't use any of that, but just wanted to explain for those who may not know what a click track is or what it's used for. As for the next chapter, things will change a bit as far as sound, but this is how I chose to represent my first chapter, and hope you can appreciate this and are enjoying listening to this. So back to what I used on the song. For bass, I used a Gibson Thunderbird bass going through an Ampeg V4B into an SVT 212 AV that was mic'd up using an AKG D112. This amp had the gain cranked again for getting some more dirt in the mix, which you will hear in the recording. And for drums, I used my same 4-piece Premier set with the Spawn acrylic snare and a 4-piece Paiste cymbal set. I used the same mic setup on my drums, which is an SM57 in between the snare and the hats, a D112 at the kick, an MD421 in between the toms, and a pair of SL230 condensers for the overheads. And you'll see all that actually in the video. Also, there's a one-room condenser mic, which is an MXL V67 that captures the kit in its entirety. In a specific song, I'm showcasing getting more aggressive on the drums and trying to keep that aggression on the guitar as well. The story behind this song was that what I expressed on the previous episode, right, gave me that spark to be able to write it in that fashion. And you can say fortunately or unfortunately based on what you heard, right? I intentionally wrote a bass line that, if you notice, plays mainly with the root note purposely to enhance the aggressions of the melodies and also gives a boost to the guitars. It also gives that extra push to the kick drum, actually. And I didn't have an array of pedals or anything back in the day, right, at that time to mess around with. So I just used natural tube saturation to layer over with the bass guitar and enhance that which enhanced the guitar aggression. So like I mentioned previously, it's all about serving the song. So I tried my best to get the sound I wanted to hear that got me close to the original recording. Again, please remember, I am attempting to capture the exact recording of 30 years ago, or actually over 30 years ago, but with my gear today. It is pretty tough to do, but I'm enjoying the journey and actually hope that you are too. So here's a song, Into Me, Enemy, track today. And I really hope you enjoy it. Check it out. I come to face an enemy. Don't feel so start an enemy. I hate you with the enemy. I come to kill no enemy. I come to waste an enemy. Don't feel so start an enemy. I hate you with the enemy. Come to waste an enemy. Don't feel so start an enemy. I hate you well an enemy. I come to kill no enemy. I come to waste an enemy. Don't feel so start an enemy. I hate you well an enemy. Enemy. So another jam with energy. Lots of energy, huh? A raw and powerful writing, just as I remember back in 1992. You know, the song always made me want to dance for some reason. I do remember playing it live for some friends back in a garage, some friend's garage, and I wanted to just dance as I played it, honestly. As mentioned, this song is the last of 3 songs from 1992 that I wanted to share with you. So what are your thoughts on this one? Hope you enjoyed listening to this song as much as I did. As the episodes and chapters progress, you will continue to notice me growing musically, and we'll be able to hear all of this come to life from over 30 years ago. Pretty cool with technology today, huh? So I welcome you to let me know what you think in the comments. Please provide any feedback, comments, or even suggestions on this particular song. I would really, really hope you do. Please be sure to like and subscribe to stay updated on new videos and content as my musical journey through YouTube continues to get published. Please also share with anyone and everyone possible, as I'm excited to hear people's thoughts. I really, truly, honestly am. To me, sharing music is like the ultimate gift. You wouldn't realize how much I personally have learned from someone just by listening to their music of choice. Of course, I am just starting to share my music with you, and you will see all the changes and all the different styles that I will write in future episodes. It's pretty cool to think of it today on how my living through life itself affected my songwriting. I've gone through so much in my life, why I've had to break it up into chapters, different chapters in my life. So what you are hearing now is my first chapter in where I learned the basics of songwriting. So please stay tuned for episode 15, still in this first chapter, in which we will get into the year 1993, moving up another one. And I will be providing a brief story on how I came to write the song titled Trends. Thanks for watching. 2, 3, 4.